In today's YouTube video, I'm going to be giving you a no BS guide to why you suck at Valorant. So, if you're here to have someone rant at you for 5 minutes about why you're terrible at the game, go ahead and play a game of ranked, or you can listen to this for a little bit longer. So the first reason you suck is because you're watching this video, and you're probably watching way too many tip videos in general. So what I want you to do is go ahead and click off this video, and don't ever come back again. Go and play Valorant and get good at the game. You watching these crazy cool angles, these crazy setups, these different little tricks here and there aren't actually going to help you. Tip videos in general, no one really needs them. Why am I doing this? I have no clue. If you're still here after that, well, that's impressive. Let me explain to you at least why the tip videos are kinda useless. When everyone first started playing the game, do you think people were watching tip videos? Do you think that was what was going on? No, no one was watching tip videos. No one was making tip videos when the game first came out. Now granted, people were making videos about a week after into it, but when you first get on, no one really cares about tip videos in general until you really start to get into things. Now, who on earth do pro players use for guides? If no one's better than them, apart from other pro players, no pro players make content around tips and tricks that is actually aimed at pro players, so who helps out the pro players with that situation? Basis is absolutely no one does. Why? Well, because they learn from themselves and those around them. Pro players get their tip videos from watching their games back, which is exactly what you should be doing. The only type of content you should be watching is your own game, your own VOD review back, and to writing down what you did wrong and right. That's the only thing you should be doing, because that is going to help you 10 times more than watching tip videos. It's going to allow you to improve on your mistakes, it's going to allow you to see what you did wrong in that position, it's going to allow you to see what you could have done better in that position, and as well, you might find an angle or a cool trick you can try out that you've noticed that might actually work. That's where you get those type of angles from. And most of those angles as well are actually pointless, so there's not a massive advantage to having it, apart from one situation where you're going to have a massive advantage, but that situation will only happen a certain number of times. It'll be very, very limited overall. And even then, you'll still find it through just watching your gameplay back, seeing other enemies do it against you, and then again watching your gameplay back, seeing how you died to them, and you'll click onto it, what they did, you can then go ahead and use it. You don't need to go ahead and watch these crazy trick videos that will show you 100 tips that are completely useless for what you're trying to do. The only time I would recommend searching on YouTube for a guide for Valorant is when you need to do something specific. For example, if an enemy killed you and they used a really interesting technique and you want to learn it, for example, I don't know, counter-strafing, or something similar to that. If it's a technique, whether it's going to be bunny hopping if you're playing CSGO for example, you want to learn how to do that, that might not be the case where you can learn from somewhere around you, or you can go ahead and learn from someone who's going to do it against you, because you can't always exactly extract the technique from someone else's gameplay or even your own gameplay. Therefore, go ahead and type it in on the search bar, click on the video that you find that you want to watch it, then you're done with it. Don't go ahead and watch some more tip videos, that's it, you're done with it. Problem is with these people who watch these tip videos is they think watching one's going to help them drastically improve when it doesn't. Half the time they're creating problems that don't even exist and weaknesses that don't even exist. And realistically, they aren't even watching their own gameplay back and doing that. The only thing you should be doing, watching your own gameplay back, playing the game a ton of, finding people to play with who are better than you and learning from them, reviewing your own gameplay, keep on playing, keep on having fun, making sure that you are learning from your mistakes and watching things back and actually improving at the game, spending time practicing in the range. Don't go into aim lab or any of that stuff, just stick in the range and stick to what you've got. That's it. That's all you need to do. When you come across something that you want to learn and that's interesting, that you actually need to know and is useful to know and you're not sure how to do it entirely, go ahead and look it up. For example, if you're playing Killjoy, you want to learn a lineup for Ascent and you don't have anyone around you to teach it to you, for example teammates who are better, go ahead, look it up, click on one video that's going to cover them all and all the good ones, and that's it. You don't need to go ahead and find one that's crazy cool from across the entire map, does a 360 midair and lands on the enemy and kills them, because they aren't going to be usable in-game. Just pick the basics, get them done, and after that you're going to leave it at that and you're not going to find anything else. That's what pro players are doing, and you might think, well, what if this crazy cool thing happens and it's really useful for pro players and need to know about it? Well, you go on social media like you do on Twitter, on Instagram, you're bound to find it pop up in your feed eventually, so don't go ahead and consume content 10 times over that is completely useless for what you're actually trying to do. You'll see it eventually, even then it might not be that great, so let's be honest, it doesn't always happen that often. That's what pro players are doing, that's what you need to do. Stop overcomplicating it, just do the bare minimum and the very basics and do them over and over again, and you'll get out of whatever rank or whatever position you're in, instead of watching these videos. Thank you for watching. Be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe if it helped. If you're still watching to this point, go back and watch the first 30 seconds of the video and then click off it. As well, click on the video on your screen right now if you want to go ahead and watch how to play Reina, because of course you're going to need to know that. I know it's a bit ironic that I've just gone ahead and promoted a video that you probably don't need to watch, but hey, go ahead and watch it because that's what you're going to do anyway.